Hey everyone, welcome to Popular Cruising. I am your host Jason Leopard, here with a deck-by-deck tour and review of Norwegian Cruise Line's Norwegian Prima. Boy howdy did Norwegian knock it out of the park with this one's overall fantastic design. As usual, please stay tuned until the end to see our concluding pros and cons. Briefly, let's look at its specifications. Traditionally, Norwegian's lifestyle is considered standard, but this ship really does approach premium. It is the first of the namesake Prima classes introduced in 2022. It has a gross tonnage of 143,535, with a guest capacity of 3,099, making for a sizable passenger space ratio of 46.32. Accommodations-wise, we personally stayed in a 231 square foot balcony stateroom. While I'm not entirely sure how this wall art will hold up over time, the spaciousness and general outfitting of the cabin are standouts, and the bed is teddy bear approved. Particularly great at the nightstands are not only regular USB charging ports, but also newer USB-C ones, available on both sides thankfully. Across the way is of course a large flat panel television and lovely outside balcony, and back inside is a well-equipped vanity desk, again with USB, USB-C, and both US and European electrical outlets. Below is a mini fridge as well as a perfectly placed hairdryer. And 3 banks of closet storage include 2 concealable sections, with various hanging and shelving and drawer options, plus a third open one behind the door. And just a quick reminder to please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Standard bathroom configurations that are common in most staterooms on board provide plenty of room around the toilet and sink, with stylish storage. And the glass enclosed shower door features a hinge that marvelously tucks it out of the way before entering the size just right, square footprint shower. Of course, smaller and designed just for solo travelers are Norwegian's signature studio staterooms, measuring in at just 94 square feet, but expertly laid out with a surprisingly spacious bathroom space. Additionally, solo travelers also get exclusive access to the shared studio lounge for some extra room to spread out. For greater capacity though, traditional inside staterooms are also available, starting at 160 square feet, with a similar bathroom to ours in the balcony cabin. And nearly identical to the veranda ones are also ocean view varieties, with just a round picture window instead of a balcony. Meanwhile, accessible balcony cabins are even larger for maneuvering a wheelchair, and come with a bonus table and chairs, as well as larger bathroom with a convenient roll-in shower. As for standard suites, they start in size at 388 square feet, like those with a separate living room in addition to master bedroom. And those specific to the Haven begin at the 368 square foot penthouse with balcony, complete with a larger combined bedroom and living area, plus luxurious bathroom. But the real benefit to Haven rooms is their exclusive access to the ship within a ship complex, which is comprised of an upper deck lounge and bar, and a handsome one at that, as well as private sun deck with an infinity pool, and of course its very own restaurant. When you're ready to book your Norwegian Prima cruise, we recommend doing so through our sponsor, Fairy Godmother Travel, who will magically take care of all your trip planning absolutely for free. To get a complimentary quote, just click on the link right here, or call the number or email the address displayed below. Beginning up high and working our way down, onboard activities that are open to everyone include the Prima Speedway, a paid triple-decker go-kart racetrack that is the longest in the fleet. It is indeed a sprawling circuit that meanders all around the ship's smokestack. While it's super fun, the sounds of screeching tires unfortunately can be heard from time to time at the pool deck below. But that doesn't stop the panoramic racing from speeding on by. Just below on deck 18 is also a combination of the stadium, the bullseye, and tea time for free alternatives like beer pong, sub-soccer, pickleball, and more. And also good old-fashioned darts, and naturally miniature golf, with a bit of a Vegas-y theme. On the same deck but farther forward is the ship's only water slide, and honestly the Wave is kind of a letdown after all the awesome water slides on Norwegian's previous Breakaway class. It's cool that it's cantilevered some, but it's a very short ride, Similarly, the Kids Aqua Park is not nearly as extensive as on other ships in the fleet, with fewer levels to climb and not much in the way of interactive elements. Much more thrilling by comparison are the ship's trio of dry slides, descending from Deck 18. The Rush is a pair of racers hanging over the side of the ship that first gradually spiral all the way down to the ocean boulevard below. Riding in a sort of frictionless felt sack, the descent picks up greater speed, and is fun to see just who gets to the bottom first. What about you? Would you give it a try? Or what about the drop on the other side? This signature freefall version is similar to water slides with a trap door that releases riders into a steeper spiral. Riding it firsthand, I can say the initial drop is definitely a rush, but the clear tube really slows up, or sometimes stops you altogether, before picking up speed again. The otherwise fun ride would ultimately be improved by replacing the translucent material with swifter metal to maintain velocity all the way to the bottom, but that's just my opinion. Meanwhile, back up top on Deck 17 is the Vibe Beach Club, a secondary sun deck that is accessible only to adults with paid private passes, full of loungers, a full bar, and sunny and shaded infinity hot tubs. Otherwise, the main pull open to everyone is nestled in between a lot of ship structure, for good shade on a windbreak, but can suffer some from said noise pollution from the racetrack above. Personally, my favorite part of Deck 17 is the forward observation lounge, albeit a smaller one. It's still a great wraparound scenic venue with areas to just chill out, but it's not quite as grand and expansive as on Norwegian's earlier ships. In the center, and thankfully noise controlled, is the newly located Galaxy Pavilion, with its large array of virtual ride, game, and sport experiences. It really does offer quite a variety of paid options to enjoy, which are especially great whenever inclement weather affects outdoor activities. Even just watching as others participate is a fun pastime. For fans of rest and relaxation, Deck 16's Mandara Spa is high on the list. I mean, this is one seriously impressive thermal suite, folks. The soothing waterfall walls set the scene for tranquility as patrons take a dip in one of two therapeutic pools, or recline on the heated loungers, of which lots more are found overlooking the front of the ship, along with padded ones too, and what amounts to a whole other observation lounge. The thermal suite also includes an ice room and various other experience showers, dry saunas, and steam room. Before getting a treatment, the quiet waiting room invites the soothingness to begin, ahead of various massages and more. And a full-service salon offers hair and nail services, as does a welcome barbershop for men. Last but not least is the fitness center, which again offers views to the front of the ship from all kinds of exercise equipment, as well as a motion studio. Among the exceptional design elements on board Prima are the elevators that will take us farther down. Beautiful lobbies and seemingly infinite elevators themselves are really quite stunning. Returning to Ocean Boulevard and La Terraza, the base of the dry slides on Deck 8, is a panorama deck that wonderfully wraps completely around the ship, including lovely areas to pop a squat, glass-floored ocean walks, the Concourse Sculpture Gallery, and most impressively, 2 infinity beaches. These dry, or waiting loungers surrounding 2 additional infinity pools are just great. And if one gets busy, you can always try the other side, to hop in and check out these sunny sea vistas. Just inside on Deck 8 is the photo gallery, and a photo studio for purchasing images taken during your cruise. And shopping continues from this magnum bottle of Veuve Clicquot, although sadly I don't believe this one is for sale, and extends to several shops across multiple areas and multiple decks on board. And lower on Deck 7 is the Art Gallery, displaying common Park West pieces up for auction. And then off of additional retail stores is the ship's guest services and shore excursions desks, for friendly staff interactions as needed. Not pictured but also available is a Cruise Next desk for booking future travels. In a small corner next to Starbucks, which we'll soon return to, is also an internet cafe for help with logging onto the ship-wide Wi-Fi network. And although we'd rather there not be any smoking on board, at least the Humidor Cigar Lounge helps to isolate it. Just the same on Deck 6, the casino is thankfully mostly not smoking. With a separate closed-off section for smokers, as well as a special side VIP casino. But perhaps the crowning achievement of design on Prima is the central Penrose atrium, which is simply breathtaking. Its sweeping undulations are more reminiscent of a boutique luxury hotel than a typical cruise ship, and I'm here to applaud it. Dining and drinks are also standouts on board, starting at the Penrose Bar at the aforementioned atrium. It's also an extension of the casino with available video betting. Then farther aft on Deck 6 is the Belvedere Bar and its golden Art Deco vibes that again reflect the ship's overall exceptional design. Drinks can be had here before going to the adjacent Commodore room. This is one of the ship's complimentary main dining rooms that is a bit more intimate than the other. Or on the opposite side is the first of Prima specialty restaurants, the line signature Cagney Steakhouse, again in an architecturally magnificent space, where I enjoyed favorites such as refreshing ahi tuna tartare and Caesar salad, before cutting into a super flavorful 16-ounce certified Angus beef ribeye, and a side of decadent truffle mashed potatoes. And the so-called OMG caramel butterscotch cheesecake was befitting its name. Heading up to Deck 7 is one of 2 Starbucks on board, and I really do think this one has to have the best view of any in the world. Meanwhile, another specialty restaurant we didn't have time to try on our cruise is Le Bistro, Norwegian's favorite for French cuisine, and a cool, massive chandelier-adorned menu. Metropolitan is another Art Deco-esque watering hole nearby, where we were treated to an entertaining demonstration of the ship's sustainable beverages, each of which were delicious, including the Banana Rumble, with homemade banana peel syrup and rum. We also didn't have a chance to eat at the stylish Nama Sushi and Sashimi, but we can't wait to return and rectify that omission. The same of which is true for trying the elegant Hasuki for teppanyaki in the near future. We did dine at Hudson's, however, which is the ship's second complimentary main dining room, and easily one of the best designed at sea. Housed in the perfectly circular set of windows at the stern are tables that are only situated at the perimeter. Menus here no longer rotate daily, but instead offer a wide variety of the same favorite dishes every night. I personally enjoyed a tasty California roll and New England clam chowder to start, before a delicious entree of knife and fork short rib with a Guinness dark beer sauce no less, and a side of classic mac and cheese, and the warm bread pudding was a sweet send-off. Easily our all-time favorite dining venue just above on Deck 8 though is Indulge Food Hall, which is mostly complimentary. There is still a buffet on board, but this is far superior to it for hosting a number of different cuisines to order, a second Starbucks included, from essentially fun food trucks to be enjoyed indoors or out at a fantastic wraparound area behind Ocean Boulevard, all conveniently from tablets for everything from noodle dishes and barbecue to Latin and Indian food, to be delivered right to you. On-demand courses are seemingly never-ending, like the following we very much enjoyed. We went back here several times for multiple bonus meals, and each was an absolute delight. Or also free is the local bar and grill. Since it's always open, this one gets very busy, however, with waits to be expected at the restaurant side when other venues are closed. But at slower times, we enjoyed Norwegian classics like pretzel bites and a juicy blue cheeseburger. Always a favorite is the line's ridiculously good brownie raspberry swirl cheesecake. Believe it or not, there are still other specialty restaurants on board, extending to Los Lobos, where guests can find elevated Mexican cuisine, and the always excellent Onda by Scarpetta for some of the best Italian food at sea. Just beyond is the dedicated whiskey bar, where I ordered a perfectly prepared Woodford Old Fashioned. Ah, yummy. Surfside Cafe, all the way up on Deck 17, is the ship's buffet, and it's much smaller than before. Still, with so many other options, it's easy to find alternatives. But quick bites are good here if you can snag a table. Or literally just next door is the Surfside Grill to get tasty hot dogs, other sausages, and burgers swiftly too. On the other side of the ship and the side of the dry slides is Food Republic, which serves as overflow seating for the buffet at breakfast and lunch, and a specialty restaurant at dinner. Since this concept is also app ordering based, like the food hall, the once unique paid option feels rather superfluous now. But the last specialty restaurant on Deck 17 is well worth trying. This new Palomar seafood restaurant is exceptionally good, and its dinner views are just as great as mouth-watering dishes, like savory grilled octopus, refreshing Greek village salad, a succulent whole grilled lobster, and an unpronounceable dessert which was nonetheless the absolute best. Rounding out the dining venues is also the Waves Pool Bar on Deck 17, servicing said pool, as well as the Speedway Bar on Deck 18 for alfresco views and beverages after a heated race. Entertainment on Norwegian Prima is also great, and Sid Norman's Poorhouse is a bar that spills over from dining with an element of live music that is very popular at night, so arrive early to get a good spot. Also frequented is the Improv at Sea across the way, again with limited seating. I think that's why on our cruise they actually hosted comedians in the larger main theater instead, where we enjoyed plenty of laughs from talented comics. The Prima Theater and Club is unique on this ship for not only being a show lounge, but also a convertible nightclub, as you'll soon see. Other performances hosted here include Noise Boys, from the producers of Norwegian's hit, The Choir of Man. Tap dancing, beatboxing, and rapping come together here for a kinetic show that stretches out well into the audience for a very engaging show. While this one is not to be missed, we prefer Summer, the Donna Summer musical, as the ship's full-blown Broadway performance, starring 3 generations of Donna to tell the diva's whole life story. And each vocalist is outstanding, as are the other actors and backing dancers. Disco lovers will definitely want to see the Queen showcased like never before. And since the theater can be converted over to a nightclub, rather interestingly by quickly tucking away the first floor of bleacher seating, live events such as Sensoria activate the space with otherworldly dancers and DJs, inviting guests to get in on the action. Complete with special effects and pulse-pounding music, the night begins with just most people recording with their cell phones. But people eventually get into the groove a bit more. While it's not personally my scene, I sure did appreciate the cool fingertip laser lighting. And now for our concluding pros and cons. What we disliked as pains in the aft include the otherwise great observation lounge being smaller this time around, the occasional noise pollution between the racetrack, slides and quieter pools and venues, and the lackluster water slide on Aqua Park compared to previous ships. But what we especially liked and can take a bow are Norwegian Prima's outstanding overall ship design, exceptional food hall and fine dining throughout, and still super fun dry slides and go-kart racetrack. Thanks so much for watching. If you would, as it really does help support us, please like this video with a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, while hitting that bell icon to be notified of new videos. Watch our other ones and visit popularcruising.com.